reading the Bible can be a very difficult process. It seems so overwhelming. I mean, there's so much. But I think there's something that might help us. And that is to recognize that the Bible has a story that it tells. It has an arc, a plot, a drama that moves from creation to new creation. And it's really the story of God. It's not only God's story, belongs to God, but it is also where God is the main actor in the story. God is the one who creates. God is the one who calls Israel into relationship with God. God is the one who sends the Son, who pours out the Spirit, who creates the church, and who will create a new heaven and new earth. These are the acts of God throughout the story. And the overarching plot is like 5 acts in a drama. You think about a Shakespearean play or some other kind of television show, we have acts that move from one subject to another. But yet there's a continuity. There's a story that's being told. And that's what the Bible does. The Bible bears witness to this story of what God is doing in creating, in calling Israel, in sending Christ, in creating the church and pouring out the Spirit and the new creation. In this series, we're going to follow that story. Now, there's a lot of trails we could follow, a lot of details we could get into, but I'm more interested in telling the story at a big picture level. A big picture level that is enough to give us an understanding of the story so that we might know how to participate in it and show the connections within the story of these 5 acts. But doesn't get into a lot of details, controversies, subjects that divide people who are believers in Jesus. Rather, I want to tell the story, the grand story, the redemptive story of God in a way that unites us, that we can all say, yeah, that's my story. That's the story I believe. That's the story in which I want to participate. That's the story that will shape my life. And so as we think about these 5 acts, the creation to new creation, God's intent for humanity, intent for creation, God's goal for creation, God's goal for humanity. And then at the center of that story is the climactic act of sending the Son, sending Jesus, who is the fulfillment of God's intent and also is the actual goal of the story itself. So as we walk through this arc, this plot of the drama, let's find out what God has done. And let's find out how we might participate in what God is still doing.